हरिः ओम् अष्टाध्यायी प्रवेशः पार्ट नंबर 4 Essential Basics Before Embarking on Studying Ashtadhyayi. Notes by Ashtadhyayi student S.L. Abhyankar. We have to carry forward this study of essential basics to get a bird's eye view about pratyayaha and dhatavaha, and at the same time staying connected with the Ich Sutram 138 Lashakvat Adhyite. In Ashtadhyayi, detailed study of pratyayaha starts from the sutram 311 pratyayaha. This sutram has just this single word pratyayaha. Obviously, there is no different padapatha. There is no anuvritti of any other word from any previous sutram. How does one interpret such a sutram? In the book I have, the sutram is written as sutram 311 pratyayaha into bracket 54160. Since there is sutra kramankaha 54160, does it mean that the word pratyayaha has to have anuvrittihi in all sutrani up to 54160? If so, in how many sutrani will the anuvrittihi be? Actually, sutram 311 pratyayaha means a declaration. Here starts delineation about pratyayaha. It is an announcement of the topic. So, from Sutram 311 to Sutram 54160 is the domain, adhikaraha, of the topic pratyaya. The domain encompasses 3 adhyayaha, 3, 4, 5. That is across 12 padaha. In turn, across 150 plus 188 plus 176 plus 117 plus 178 plus 145 plus 168 plus 144 plus 136 plus 140 plus 119 plus 160 equal to 1821 sutrani. The word pratyayaha in Sutram 311 is the adhikara word, and the Sutram 311 pratyayaha is an adhikara sutram. But pratyayaha are of many types. As we have already seen, there are 21 sup pratyayaha and 18 ting pratyayaha. So totally 39 vibhakti pratyayaha contained in Dve Sutre. In Sutram 412, Songjasamo Chashtabhyambhis Gebhyambhis Gasibhyambhis Gaso Sangyo Sup, and Sutram 3478 Tiptazhi Sipthastha Mipwasmas Ta Atanzha Tha Asan Tha Asan Tha Sathandhvam Midvahimahim. As may be noticed, the Sutra Kramanka of these Dve Sutre are 3478 and 412. That is within the domain of Sutram 311 Pratyayaha 54160. Main types of Pratyayaha delineated in the domain are Sannadayaha, Krit Pratyayaha, Ting Pratyayaha, Sup Pratyayaha, Stri Pratyayaha, Tadhita Pratyayaha. Let me give a bird's eye view. Sannadayaha Pratyayaha are San Kyach Kamyach, Kyang Kyash Kyach, Ning Nich Yang, Yak Aya Iyang. Also with some variants such as Yang Lu. These Pratyayaha are suffixed to Dhatavaha to obtain newer Dhatavaha called as Atideshikaha Dhatavaha. Literal meaning of Atideshikaha means extending the territory. For example, the Pratyayaha San obtains an Icharthakaha Atideshika Dhatu. See, Kru Karoti does. Chikirshati means Kartum Ichhati, wishes to do. Note the concept of Sannadayaha Pratyayaha underscores the culture inherent to Sanskrit language, that what is to be said should be with as few syllables as possible. Even in Gita, one finds mention of the phrase Yah pashyati sa pashyati, he who sees, sees, 3 times. Sanskrit should be learned and studied by understanding the culture of the Sanskrit language. The word sup, rather this adirantena saheta saujna, connotes as many as 21 sup pratyayaha. Some of the sannadayaha pratyayaha are also affixed to namani to get namadhatavaha. For example, see this quote, Nirastapadape deshe erando pidrumayate. In a desert or barren land, Nirastapadape deshe, a eucalyptus tree, erandaha, also api, is seen as a tree, drumayate. Note, drumaha, druhu, shakhaha, asti asya, maha. For this there is a Panini Sutram which can be seen 5-2-108. A tree. Drumaha is a noun. Drumaya is a namadhatu, meaning to be seen as a tree. See how a long winding meaning is condensed. That is the culture of the Sanskrit language. Krut pratyaya. Let me appraise that delineation about krut pratyaya starts with Sutram 3.193, krut a thing, that is krut a thing, up to 3.477, which means krut is an adhikara word, and the domain, the adhikara, encompasses 58 plus 188 plus 176 plus 77, 499 sutras. Because krut is an adhikara word, within the domain of the Sutram 311 Pratyayaha 54160, let us call it to be a subdomain, Upadhikara. As if this domain Adhikaraha of 499 Sutrani of Krutya Pratyayaha is not small enough, within this Adhikaraha is Sutram 331, Unadayo Bahulam, Unadayaha Bahulam. The Unadayaha Pratyayaha are so many, Bahulam, that there is a separate appendix known as Unadipatha, having Pancha Adhyayaha with 157 plus 123 plus 160 plus 238 plus 70, 748 sutras. Since there are 5 main types of Pratyayaha mentioned above, actually 6, there are at least as many Upadhikara within the vast domain of Pratyaya. But Unadipatha is a subdomain of the Upadhikara Krut Pratyaya. That would give some idea of the structure of Ashtadhyayi. This is similar to the loops within loop structure in computer programming code. All in all, Krut Pratyayaha are suffixes which affix to Dhatava. That is the significance of the word Krudating. In Sutram 3193, Krudating, Krut Ating. Note, Krut Ating means that Krut Pratyayaha are those which are a thing, not thing. Ting Pratyaya. Krut Ating in Sutram 3193 also means that Pratyayaha which affix to Dhatavaha are either Krut or Ting. That means that the words obtainable from Dhatavaha are Krudantaha or Tingantaha. We have already studied the 18 Ting Pratyayaha are enumerated in Sutram 3478, Tiptazi, Sipthastha, Mipvasmas, Ta'atanza, Thasathandvam, Dhva, Midvahimahim. Supratyaya. As stated earlier, Supratyayaha affix to Pratipadikani. But Pratipadikani are of 3 main types: nouns, pronouns, adjectives. Namani, Sarvanamani, Visheshanani. Of these, Namani has specific lingam, gender or genders. Sarvanamani and Visheshanani have all 3 lingani, genders. Stri Pratyaya. As mentioned above, Sarvanamani and Visheshanani have all 3 genders. Accordingly, the Sumantaha in the 3 genders are also different. One may wonder how that happens when Sup Pratyayaha are the same as detailed in the Sutram 412. Samujasamo Chashtabhyambhyas, Gebhyambhyas, Gasibhyambhyas, Gaso Sang Nyu Sup. The answer is that formatting Sumantaha as also Krudantaha or Tigantaha are basically processes, prakriyaha, meaning a sequence of actions, not just one action. In the case of Strilinga Subantaha, the process, prakriya, starts with a Strilinga Pratipadikam. That means, that seems to be the logic in recognizing Sri Pratyayaha as a distinct category of Pratyayaha. Two commonmost Sri Pratyayaha are E and A. As mentioned in the Sutram 411, Nya Pratipadika, Ni A Pratipadikat. Note, Ni, Ng plus E has Adivaranaha Ng, which is it as per Sutram 138, Lashakvat Adhite. Ku, Ng is a ku. And suffers lopaha as per Sutram 139, Tasya lopaha. Ni is a Stri Pratyaya which affixes as E. For example, Sat, Sati. Ap has Halantyam P, which is it as per Sutram 133, Halantyam, and suffers lopaha as per Sutram 139, Tasya lopaha. Ap is a Sri Pratyaya which affixes as A. For example, Gataha, Gata. There are more Sri Pratyaya, I shall not get into that. Tadhita Pratyaya. More Pratipadikani are obtained from Namani Sarvanamani Visheshana. For example, the word Sarvanamika, meaning pronominal, is an adjectival Pratipadikam obtained from the word Sarvanama. Madhuryam is an abstract noun obtained from the adjective Madhuram. Sarvatha, Sarvada are adverbs obtained from the pronoun Sarva. Gauri is Strilinga Pratipadikam obtained from the Visheshanam Gaura. Note, Gaura is Visheshanam as in Gauranga. This word Gauranga, Gaura plus Anga, is a compound word which has two meanings. Gauram Angam iti Gaurangam, fair skin. Gaurang Angam yasya saha Gaurangaha, one who has fair skin. The second meaning is adjectival. First meaning fair skin, type of skin. So now, Drupadasya Draupadi is daughter of Drupada. Further on, Draupadyaha, ye te Draupadeyaha, that is sons of Draupadi. So Drupadaha, Draupadi, Draupadeyaha. Similarly, Kunti, Kaunteyaha. Dhritarashtraha, Dhartarashtraha. Basically, one can compose newer Pratipadikani from known Pratipadikani. The newer Pratipadikani are obtained by use of Tadhita Pratyaya. Just a point of curiosity, why are Tadhita Pratyaya called so? Note, the word Tadhita is a compound word. Tat plus Hita. Tasmat Hita. Literally obtained or derived, literally obtained. Hita or derived from Tasmat, that. Here the word that means Pratipadikam. So Tadhitam is a new Pratipadikam obtained from an available Pratipadikam. In Ashtadhyayi, there is a definition of Pratipadikam. Also, see Sutram 1245. Arthavad adhatu apratyaya Pratipadikam. Arthavad adhatu apratyaya Pratipadikam. As per this Sutram, a Pratipadikam is Arthavat, meaningful. Adhatu is not a dhatu, is apratyaya, without a pratyaya. So Pratipadikam is that base state of the word before a supratyaya is affixed to it. It is only a supratyaya that will be affixed to it because it is adhatu. With supratyaya affixed to it, one gets subanta padani from a Pratipadikam. If a root word is dhatuhu, not an adhatu, then being a dhatu, one gets tigantam padam from it. This Sutram 1245, Arthavad adhatura pratyayaha Pratipadikam, is further elaborated by the next Sutram 1246, Krut tadhita samasahascha. Krut tadhita samasaha cha. Note, these Dve Sutre encompass what all types of words have Pratipadikam as a root word or a base inherent. The words will be primarily Subantaha, but may also be Subanta adaptations of Krudantaha, Tadhitaha or Samasaha. Actually, Gauri is Strilingam adaptation of Gaurav. Most Visheshanani have Strilingam adaptations, which are obtained by affixing various Stri Pratyaya as discussed under 5 above. All the discussion above sets sort of an unwritten rule that Vyakaranam of a Subantam should be detailed by Pratipadikam, whether Prakruta, Krut, Tadhita or Samasika. Jati, whether Nama, Sarvanama or Visheshanam. Lingam, whether Pullingam, Strilingam or Napusakalingam. Vibhakti, Prathama, Dvitiya, etc., including Sambodhana Prathama. Vachanam, whether Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam or Bahuvachanam. I think above is a good bird's eye view about Pratyayaha. To stay connected with the Is Sutram 138 Lashakva Tadhite, there is Krut Pratyayaha Shatrang. It is not a Tadhit Pratyayaha because it is a Krut Pratyayaha. Pratyaya Saujna Shatrang has initial Adivarana Sh, which is it as per Sutram 138 Lashakva Tadhite. Also, Trung has a Rung, which is Anunasikaha Ach, which is it as per Sutram 132 Upadeshe Janunanasika it. Thus, Shatrang has Dvau Itau, Sh and Rung. Hence, Shatrang affixes as At only. Sh goes away, Rung goes away. So, it affixes as At only. For example, Sprush plus At, Sprushat. But Gam plus At is equal to Gachat, not Gamat. There is some prakriya there by which Gam first becomes Gach, then At affixes to Gach, and finally it becomes Gachat. There is a Tadhita Pratyaha, Shas. See Sutram 5442. Baval Parthat Chas Karakad Anyatarasyam. Bahu Alparthat Shas Karakad Anyatarasyam. Note, Pratyaya Saujna Shas has initial Adivarana Sh, which is not it because it is a Tadhit Pratyaya. Pratyaya Shas affixes as Shas only because there is no it, nothing getting deleted. So, Pratyaya Shas affixes as Shas only. For example, in Gita 11.5, Shatasotha Sahasrasha, Shatashaha atha Sahasrasha, hundreds and thousands. There is Bhavarthaha here, multitude, a meaning implicit of multitude. There is a Subhashitam, Kshanashah Kanashashchaiva Vidyamarthancha Sadhayet. One should get Vidyamarthancha, knowledge and wealth, Kshanashah, moment by moment, and Kanashah, particle by particle. There is Alparthaha here. So, Bhavarthaha, Alpartha, where Shas comes handy. Now let us get a bird's eye view about Dhatavaha. The word Dhatavaha is to be primarily understood from Sutram 131, Bhuvadayo Dhatavaha. Bhuva Adayaha Dhatavaha. For a diversion, it is interesting to note the word Adaya, which was there also in Sutram 331, Unadayo Bahulam, Unadayaha Bahulam. Whichever Sutram has the word Adayaha, it suggests that there is a multitude of those grammatical elements. Because the multitude of Unadayaha was Bahulam, they are compiled in a separate appendix, Parishishtam, known as Unadipatha. But if the number of elements can be compiled in paragraphs, such compilation of sets, Ganaha, are delineated in Ganapatha. For example, Sutram 1127, sarvadini sarvanamani. Sarva adini sarvanamani. Pronouns sarvanamani, the grammatical element, are mentioned here. Sarvanamani are as many as 36. They are enumerated in an appendix called as Ganapatha. And see the link here to the Ganapatha. https://essay.wikisource.org/wiki/ashtadhyayi-ganapatha. Note the word Ganaha itself means a set. A set has elements. When there are a multitude of elements, they are better enumerated in an appendix. This Ganaha of Sarvanamani is called as Sarvadi Ganaha. Sutram 1458, another example. Pradayah, Praadayah. Praadayah are prefixes, more well known as Upasargaha, when they prefix Dhatava. As enumerated in Ganapatha, they are pra, para, up, sam, anu, ava, nis, nir, dus, dur, vi, ang, ni, adhi, api, ati, su, ut, abhi, prati, pari, up. This Ganaha of Pradayah is called as Pradiganaha. Then there is Sutram 1137. Swaradi nipatam avyayam. Swar adi nipatam avyayam. Enumerated in this Ganaha are avyayani, avyayam, starting from swar, swar adi. Hence this Ganaha is called as Swaradi Ganaha. Sutram 1457. Chadayo satve. Cha adayah asatve. More cha adi avyayani are enumerated in this Chadi Ganaha. Whereas many Ganaha are delineated in Ganapatha, number of Dhatavaha are 2000 plus. One can say that Dhatu Pathaha is Ganapatha related to the Sutram 131, Bhuadayo Dhatavaha. The Dhatavaha enumerated in Dhatu Pathaha are again in 10 Dasha Dhatu Ganaha, commonly referred to as Prathama Ganaha, Dvitiya Ganaha, Dashama Ganaha, etc. Tritiya Ganaha, etc. Dashama Ganaha. It is important to note that Ganaha in Ganapatha should not be confused with Dhatu Ganaha in Dhatu Patha. In Dhatu Patha, they are Bhu Adi, Bhvadihi, Ad Adihi, Adadihi, Hu Juhoti, hence Juhotyadihi, Divadihi, Suadihi, Swadihi, Tudadihi, 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 Rudhadihi, Rudhadihi, Tanadihi, Tanadihi, Kriadihi, Kriadihi, Churadihi, Churadihi. Obviously, the first dhatu in Prathama Ganaha is Bhu, Bhu Adi. Let us have a look at how these 10 dhatavaha are detailed in Dhatu Patha, as available in https://www.ashtadhyayi.com/dhatu. Note, the meanings in English are by the author of this website. Now, 10001. Bhu. Bhu sattayam. Bhvadihi. Parasmaipadi. Akarmakaha set. To exist, to become, to be, to happen. Now, Bhu also is in 10-0277. Bhu. Bhu avakalkane. Churadihi. Ubhayapadi. Sakarmakaha set. To mix, to think. Now, 020001. Ad adang bhakshane. Adadihi. Parasmaipadi. Sakarmakaha anit. Ad bhakshane, to eat, to bing. 030001. Who. Who danadanayoho. Adane prinane cha. Juhotyadi. Parasmaipadi. Sakarmakaha anit. To sacrifice, to eat, to consume. 04001. Div. Divung. क्रीडा विजिगीषा व्यवहार द्युतिस्तुति मोद मद स्वप्न कांति गतिषु द्विवादि दिवादि. परस्मैपदी सकर्मकः सेट. क्रीडा, to play, vijigishu, vijigisha, to gamble, to dice, to desire, to win, to transact, to glow, etc. This dhatu div also is in 10th gana, 10.0230. Div, divum, parikujane, churati, atmanepadi sakarmakaha set. To irritate, to cause pain, to mourn, to grieve. Then 05.0001. Su, shung, abhishave, swadi, ubhaypadi sakarmakaha anit. To bathe, to extract, to distill, to injure, to juice, to agitate, to churn. This dhatu su also is in prathama gana 01.1091. Su, shu, prasavaishwaryayoho, bhvadi, parasmaipadi sakarmakaha anit. And the English meanings are given. It is also in 02.0036. Su, shu, prasavaishwaryayoho, adadihi parasmaipadi sakarmakaha anit. English meaning is 06.001. Tud, tudang, vyathane, tudadi, ubhayapadi sakarmakaha anit. To wound, to strike, to pain, to irritate, to hurt, to cause pain, etc. 07.0001. Rudh, rudhir, avarane, rudhadi, ubhayapadi dvikarmakaha anit. To obstruct, etc. So 04. Again, Rudh also is in 04.0070. Rudh, rudhang, kame, divadihi, atmanepadi, akarmakaha, anit. To pity, to be compassionate, to agree, to approve, etc. Now 08.0001. Tan, tanung, vistare, tanadihi, ubhayapadi, sakarmakaha, set. To spread, to stretch, to expand, to increase. It is also in 10.0377. Tan, tanung, shraddhopakaranayoho, churadihi, ubhayapadi sakarmakaha set. To believe, shraddha, to have faith, to provide shelter, upakarana, to help, to sound, to kill, to destroy, to hurt. 09.0001. Kri, to cream, द्रव्य विनिमये, क्रियादिहि, उभयपदी, sakarmakaha, anit. To buy, to purchase. And 10.0001. Chur, churang, steye, churadihi, ubhayapadi, sakarmakaha, set. To steal. Every dhatu is detailed in a pattern. First two digits 09, 08, 10. The first two digits dhatu gana. If there are more than one dhatu gana variants of a dhatu, the additional variants are bulleted. See items 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. In 8, the dhatu tan is also in dasham gana. So it has been detailed by a bullet. Next four digits धातु क्रमांकः in the धातु गण. धातु with itah elided. The next item, for example, 10.001 chur. व्याकरणीय संज्ञा of the धातु is churang with the itah there, but chur is with itah elided. If Vyakaraniya Samjna of the dhatu has no itaha, then 3 and 4 are identical, as in 1 and 3. For example, bhu, there is no it there. So, bhu sattayam. That is how it has been written. So if Vyakaraniya Samjna of the dhatu has no itah, then 3 and 4, item 3 and 4. The dhatu with itah elided and Vyakaraniya Samjna of the dhatu are identical. Dhatvarthaha saptamyam. Note, Saptami summarizes the sense in the instance of such and such meaning or action. If there are two meanings of a dhatu, then there is Saptami Dvivachanam of the Dhatvartha Shabdau. For example, 03001, who dana dana yoho, dana adana yoho. So that yoho indicates Dvivachanam of the Saptavi Bhakti. If there are more than two meanings of a dhatu, then there is Bahuvachanam of the Dhatvartha Shabda. For example, let us look at the dhatu Divadihi, the dhatu Div, 04.001, Divung. See how many meanings are there. Krida, Vijigisha, Vyavahara, Dyutistuti, Moda, Mada, Swapna, Kanti, Gatishu. So with these many meanings, it is Saptami Bahuvachanam, Shu, Gatishu. That is how, again the trick of using the Saptami Bhakti, telling all the meanings and making a Samasik Shabda, either with singular, dual or plural. So with so many meanings means in the instances of which all meaning is applicable, you use dhatuhu div. Vyakaraniya Sanjna of the Dhatu Gana. Next is Vyakaraniya Sanjna of the Dhatu Gana. For example, chur, stay is the meaning, is Saptami Ekvachanam. Churadihi name of the Dhatu Gana. The Dashama Gana is Churadihi because Chur is its Prathama Dhatu in that Churadi Gana. Padavivaranam of the dhatu. Next item is Padavivaranam. For example, getting back to Churadihi Ubhayapadi. So Padavivaranam is either Parasmai Padam, Atmane Padam, Ubhayapadam Va. Next is Akarmakaha Sakarmakava, transient or intransient. And last one is set. Set is sa it, unit, wet, va it. Note, it is a Vyakaraniya Sanjna composed having ta, which is halantyam, and hence is an it. But this halantyam ta is sort of a code denoting those Vyakaraniya Sanjna, rather those grammatical elements which get added extra. So, it means ta is a code, it means e gets added extra. So, it means e is a grammatical element which gets added extra, especially in the formatting Lutlingantaha of the dhatu. So, set means that the formatting happens with e added extra. Anit means that the formatting happens with e not added extra. And wet means that the formatting happens or does not happen with e added extra or not added extra. And then last item is Anglayam Artha, meanings in English. It is item 4, Vyakaraniya Sanjna of the dhatu with itaha, that is relevant in the context of the Sutram 138, Lashakvat Adhite. Actually, Dhatavaha are Atadhitaha only. Hence, whatever Lashaku be there as Adivarnaha in the Vyakaraniya Sanjna of Dhatavaha, they qualify to be itaha and in turn qualify to suffer lopaha as per Sutram 139, Tasya lopaha. I am not getting into the examples of Vyakaraniya Sanjna of any dhatu which have Lashaku as the Adivarnaha as Itaha. By the way, item 9, set and it wet, prompt us to understand another essential basic, the topic of agamaha, grammatical elements which get added extra. We will rather take a pause. Note, this suggestion to take a pause implies that students should read, reread and digest what all essential basics have been discussed thus far. Shubhamastu.